I want to see. Oh, we in. We in. How are we doing? How is everyone doing? My papers, girl. How is everyone doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. As you guys could tell from the community tab, from my Instagram, if you're following me, one, I want to thank you for tuning in, but also this is going to be about content creation, being confident, how to level up, how to get brand deals, how to be the successful influencer, entrepreneur, just the person that you know you have the capacity to be. Some things I may say, you know what I'm saying, they may kind of hit you, they may hit different, but I say all of what I say in love because I am here for Black women. I am here for women as a whole, and I want us to be strong. You understand what I'm saying? So definitely let me know like what you're sipping on, where you're from. Let me know all of that. And if you guys like this, definitely give it a thumbs up. We got 65 people in here and we got 4 thumbs up. So if you guys really like this, you gotta show me that this is what you want. You know what I'm saying? And all of the details for my look are in the description box. You know I got you. So we have Brooklyn in the house. I'm gonna get started at about 1 minute and 50 seconds. I got a whole system. We're gonna keep it going because I want to do a question and answer and advice segment. I want y'all to talk to me. We're gonna do this. This is for y'all. This is for me. You know, I am a little bit nervous. I'm gonna keep it real with you because you know what I'm saying? You know, talking to y'all is always fun, but it could be a little, you know, I got a little anxiety, but you know, I'm gonna push through. Detroit in the building, Savannah, Georgia, Jersey, my fellow Jerseys. I see you. I see you. Thank you for tuning in. We have Atlanta in the building. Ooh, I kicked the thing. Philadelphia. Okay, so now everybody's rolling in. Okay, if you guys can help me, if anyone has questions, we are a community here, so I want you guys to be, you know, comfortable sharing the information after I've, you know, especially if I've mentioned it. So I've been a content creator since 2011, right? I stumbled onto YouTube because you know what I'm saying, I was a broke college student. I didn't really know what was going on. I didn't have money, but you know what, I need to learn how to do my hair because I couldn't afford to. Okay, that's my truth. And so listen, I am someone who, you know, when I wanted to find an outlet, a creative outlet, I looked to YouTube. I was a science major, you get what I'm saying? And I was very heavy into my work. I was a double major. And so YouTube became an outlet, it became a hobby. But let me tell you, keep listening so you can learn how I stopped my own bag. Because sometimes on our journey, we get in our own way, we overthink, we don't do enough research, and we can't be as much of a resource to ourselves. And so we lose out on opportunities. So I'm gonna go in on myself. I'm gonna keep it real with myself. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. And if you have any experiences, definitely share them. So I stumbled onto YouTube, you know what I'm saying, trying to learn how to do my hair. And crochet braids was my thing. That was the thing that I wanted to do. I didn't know how to braid, so I was in here struggling how to braid. That's how Struggle Braid Gang became a whole thing. You guys really rallied behind me and we empowered each other. It's a whole community of, you know, women, Black women especially, who don't know how to braid. And so, you know, that's how we were able to like unite and come together. And so one of the things that you know, made me stronger and made me stick to it is because there were a lot of people in my predicament who wanted to learn how to braid. And so I started doing these videos and I started doing research and I started looking up, and I had a point and shoot Sony camera. I did a power shot. I think it was a Sony power shot. My mother purchased it for me. It was nothing techie. It was nothing advanced. But you know what I did? I knew I wanted to showcase my face. I knew I wanted to do my hair. It didn't matter if I didn't have the most fanciest thing. I made it work for me. You understand what I'm saying? So I went in, started doing the videos. I noticed that people were tuned into my crochet braid videos. I'm not talking about 100 viewers. I'm not talking about 1,000 viewers. There were tens of thousands of people watching my videos. Now keep in mind, I'm like a young girl, you know, I'm in college, you know, probably like 20, 21, still not really knowing what's going on, not knowing my fullest potential. And so I started making these videos. And here's where it gets interesting. Whole time I'm making videos, I ain't making no money. Videos going viral, I ain't making no money. Hit that thumbs up button because I'm about to tell you how I stopped my own bag. If y'all feel me, hit that thumbs up button because this is the key right here, because y'all want this. Just because you think something could be a hobby, don't ever doubt that it can't make you money. Because the best thing that you can do before you start anything, research the camera that you have, research the social media platform that you are about to use. I was on YouTube, broke, okay, trying to learn how to do my hair. Whole time I could have been making money. You understand what I'm saying? Didn't do the research, did not connect my Google, I didn't connect my YouTube account to my Google AdSense, so I was stopping my own bag. And you know what? I had been creating content starting in 2011. I was very inconsistent because I was still in school. But listen, 2011, I started making videos, had videos go viral, okay, tens of thousands of people watching. Didn't start making money till the late summer of 2013. 2 years of wasting a bag. So you know when I came back, I came with a vengeance. You get what I'm saying? Once I finally realized how much I had played myself, how I had held myself back, you know, my lack of preparedness, once I realized that that was all at my own, you know, at my own doing, oh no, now we got to kill it. So once I realized there's money to be made, I have a camera. No, it's not the most savvy, but what can it do? It can help me to continue to build a community that has already began to rally behind me. Don't let what you don't have stop you. It's people with less than you willing to do so much more because that's how much they want it and they are hungry. Don't ever stop. My eyelash is getting to me, y'all. I might have to rip this thing off. So let me just let you know, an influencer, a content creator, some people look down on that type of career trajectory. They may, oh child, we're not gonna do this with this lash. So I just took that off right there. So what I want to tell you is that content creators and influencers, one thing that it has the capacity to do, it has the capacity to completely change your career trajectory. Okay? It has the ability to change your life. It can completely change your circumstances. And so when you go into a venture, a new venture, the best thing that you could do is equip yourself with as much knowledge because you empower yourself. You deserve to be a powerhouse. If it's your calling, give it 100. If you can't, give it 110% because you have the ability to do that. And I'm gonna let you know, right? Even the naysayers, the people who are trying to, you know, down talk you, tell you don't do it. Oh no, you got a job. You just got into your field, or you just finished college. No, you need. I was a double major. Was planning to go to medical school. Listen to me. Was planning to go to medical school. Okay, got out of college, went straight to pharma. I was in the pharmaceutical industry, working with immunotherapies. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I was at. Had a change of plans. I said, you know what, cried a whole lot because you know what? My mother was, my parents, forget my parents are very big on education, especially my mother, her mother, my grandmother is in education. So I got it bad, okay? So any people who understands, come on. I cried. I'm talking about the ugly cry. I'm like, but I know I can do this. Because see, the thing about me is when I was in high school, I was getting excused from my anatomy class to go get my hair done. I was leaving class early to go get my hair done. Straight A's. Didn't have to take finals. That's how I was doing. But see, I loved getting my hair done. That was my thing. My teacher at the time was like, you know what? He told my mother, I don't think your daughter's going to pass my class. But like I said, whole time, straight A. I think I had a 98 average in the class. Didn't have to take the final. So he doubted me, and I showed on his ass. But anyway, that's just to say, I wasn't paying attention to the fact that I was in anatomy class, but I wanted to go get my hair done. So what is God trying to say to me? Like, you and my mother was calling the school so that I could be excused to go get my hair done. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not faulting my mother in that because you know what? She knew how I was, okay? So I'm like, listen, I'm here, I'm getting my hair done faithfully, but every 3 to 4 weeks, faithfully. You know what I'm saying? So I realized there's something a little bit more to this. A little bit more to this. Let's fast forward. My hairstylist, she ended up passing away. That was hard. Like, when I found that out, that was hard. But she was so amazing because everything that she did to my hair, she walked me through it. Walked me through it to the point where I could do it on other people. Walked me through it to the point where I got so good. That's why when I talk to you guys, when I share my information, I'm so thorough, because I know how important it is for you to believe that you have enough tools so you can do it on your own. And so when people look down on content creation, influencers, creatives, entrepreneurs, you're dismissing the fact of how much skill is required, how turbulent sometimes your path is. It's not always going to look positive. I knew when I left the pharmaceutical industry, when I finally left that job, I had two options. You could start getting your resume together. You could, make it pretty, do whatever you want, take a break. I went on trips. That year, once I was done with that, I went on trips. I said, we're going to get these trips out, and then we're going to get back into it. Videos going viral left and right, left and right. That was one of my best years in the beginning. But then it was inconsistent. And when it's inconsistent, who wants to keep doing it? And so with content creation, are you strong enough mentally, emotionally? Do you have the emotional bandwidth to deal with the fact that you just don't, you come to terms with the fact that you don't have all the tools? I was realizing, I'm like, in becoming an entrepreneur and working for yourself, you got to address your issues with you got to address your relationship with money, because your relationship with money will dictate and govern how you move and try to find opportunities. If you feel like this is going to be your last opportunity, that mindset, that lack mindset, that scarcity mindset, you feeling as if you don't walk in a path of abundance, when you allow yourself to have those thoughts like overwhelm you, fix your relationship with money. I was broke. Who was following me way back on Instagram when I had less than $20 in my bank account? I'm going to the bank. I was like, yeah, I need to withdraw this last bit. Like, let's talk. It's not pretty. I was transparent. And I'm gonna read these messages. Please, if you have questions, stick with me. Let me get this out, because I want to get this word, because I'm in the moment. You come to terms with the fact that there may be a point where your money is not flowing the way you're accustomed to. Get accustomed to the fact that when you finally start making money and you look back, you're going to realize you were lowballing yourself. You created a ceiling for yourself, and other people helped to perpetuate that because you enabled them. And let me go in on myself a little bit more, because I do that well, because I can be my own most intense critic. And this is it. I was getting emails in 2014. Mind you, I was in corporate, okay? I was in corporate. I had my money. I didn't have to worry about nothing. I had just moved out, got my own apartment. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was getting emails from companies in 2014 willing to work with me. I think Free Trust was one of the very first brands scouted me out, because like I said, my videos had already been going viral, but I wasn't getting paid until late summer of 2013. So people are seeing my content. It's reaching whoever it needs to reach. In my mind, because I didn't do research, even though I had recognized that it took me 2 years to link my AdSense account so that I could get paid, I spent probably about another year being skeptical about business opportunities because I didn't do my research. Come on. Yes, companies are going to reach out to you if you are good. And you should believe that you are good enough and that companies will seek you. And so at the same time, when I started, getting into the business, you know how much I was asking for back then? I was stupid. Guess a number. If somebody guesses a number, guess how much I was making for sponsored videos back in the day. We could curse each other out. I curse myself out. Just to let you know. $50, not that low. Not that low. Sherry J, you were in the ballpark. Mandy Curls, you were in the ballpark. The Glam Collective, you were in the ballpark. Wigs to Waist Length, you were in the ballpark. Cameron, you were in the ballpark. Some of y'all hit the nail on the head, but I'm gonna just say ballpark, so y'all can read me. But listen, let's circle back because this is important. So my videos were going viral, and companies were hitting me up for a year, but I was skeptical because I didn't do my research. Okay. Didn't do my research, and I was in corporate, so I didn't care. I don't need to care about this because I'm already making money. But I went a whole year, no sponsorships, because I was scared. I thought it was a scam. Let some more time go by. Start working with these companies, still not doing adequate research, and I'm leaving a lot of money on the table. A lot of money on the table. But let me tell you something. And I want you to get this. You get me once. That's all you get. You honestly only get me once. I don't do 2 and 3. Fool me once and that's it. So I did a video. Video went viral. Highest grossing video at that time. And I'm not even making 4 figures for that video for a sponsorship. Viral, and when I'm talking about viral, is beyond 500,000 views. Come on. I left a lot of money on the table. And so then, you know what, one of the things that I started to do, because I realized that there are people around me who are way more seasoned than me, and I need for them to pour into me. So make sure that you have a circle, and make sure that you have a circle of people around you who aren't going to narrow your scope, your focus. Now, one thing I will give my mother, oh my God, the reason I am who I am today, an impeccable negotiator. Contracts, I could breeze through those. I could write the hell out of a contract. You can't see me. But it took time, and my mother was you need to do this, and you need to do this, and you need to have people in your corner who you trust, who can tell you, because real tea, if we're gonna keep it here, if we're gonna keep it real, the further I got into this, when I started linking up with my first wig and RPG show, I'm like, okay, we doing something. I did that red pixie wig. Do y'all remember that? How many views? That video did numbers, okay? So, and I still have a long-term relationship. Like, I have had collaborations with my first wig RPG show long-term, because I started to demonstrate my worth. And me, I recognize my worth as well. So then, you could raise your prices. You could raise your rates. And you don't have to raise your rates every year. That's not how it goes. How much do you grow? How do you grow in a year? You have helped me tremendously. The genuine conversations are a blessing. Natural Joy, let me tell you something. I be putting words out for certain influencers, because that's how I am. I will tell a brand, look at this person. I know we doing this, but could you look at that person? And I know we doing this, but could you look at that person? And you can check my emails, because I'm consistent. What's for me doesn't have to just be for me, because we can all do this. We can all do this. And that's why I know I'm blessed. Oh my God. I have not, and you know what? Thank God, I am very thankful. I don't ask my parents for anything. In fact, keep it real with you, I'll be taking care of a couple of people if we could just keep it 1,000. So I'm thankful that I'm in a better place, a much better place, an incredibly better place. But everybody knows I have no problem helping anyone, but you have to show me that you want to help you. Natural Joy, I'm gonna call her Natural Joy just so y'all can recognize. Go check out her channel. Natural Joy can hit me up. We can do we doing the voice notes, and I don't care. We gonna have them on. Do you feel good? Is this, you feel good now? Because I'll do this. so that you can get this. That's how I am. If you come to me and I get a sincere vibe, you ain't got to worry about nothing. But, and this is the flip side. This is the flip side, and I want y'all to really hear this, because this is the scary part. I have been in circles with other influencers, and you know how, and so y'all tell me what you think about sharing rates, because that's a very, I think that's a very divided kind of, people who have divided responses. Okay? I've been in circles with influencers, and people start saying their rates, and I'm like, I have a lower following than you. But you making less. You're making less than me. And so this moves me on to my next thing. If you're going to be in this influencer space, you have to be very, very skilled in knowing your worth. And we're not trying to convince people of our worth. People think that negotiating is about you trying to find this magic number. No, we can negotiate deliverables. If you have a budget, I'm going to tell you what I'm comfortable doing. Period. It's not always about negotiating a number. It's about making sure that we keep all the money that's on the table. But if we have to adjust the key deliverables, if we need to knock off a few things because you're asking for too much, because see, I'll take what you're giving me, but I'm gonna let you know what you will get. You don't get to tell me. I think having one person you share rates with is cool, but not a group. Okay, that's interesting. Share more on that, Leah Levon. Like, share more on that, because that's interesting that you would say that. And here's my thing. Everybody's trying to be good at every social media platform. They're starting a TikTok. They're starting the IG Reels. They're on Twitter. You don't have to dominate everything. You don't. Figure out what you do well and what your skill set will allow you to do well and what you can do consistently. Consistency kills a lot of people. I agree, Cameron. I have seen these influencer groups, and I choose to stay to myself. People think I'm stuck up, but I've seen the cattiness and the messiness, and I want no parts. Let me tell you something. And this is real talk. Here is the thing. If anyone believes that your allegiance to a community is contingent upon you being a part of a Facebook group, there's more work to be done than being a part of a Facebook group, and I am a firm believer in that. I'm not nary a Facebook group, but what am I doing? Advocating for myself and other Black women, because that's what matters. Creating and making space, holding space, that's the important thing. Yes, it's nice, you know what I'm saying, if you're building a brand and you want to cultivate and foster relationships, but don't push that on anybody. Kimberly Sherrill just made a video where she talks about sharing rates. So here's the thing, but like I said, in a lot of cases, when you share rates, you realize that there are discrepancies. There are huge discrepancies. And it forces you to realize that brands, if you say this is your rate and you're honestly lowballing yourself, but that's your proposed rate, brands are going to meet you there. They're not going to push you. They're not going to go, oh, okay. Some will. There are instances where some will. They'll be like, you know what? We hear you, but we love what you're doing, and we're just going to give you the 10K. Do what you got to do. I have had a bigger influencer tell me her rate, and it was very low. I was shocked. Listen. And this is another thing. And make sure y'all, it's almost 200 people in here, and it's 94 likes. If y'all want me, because see, I'm not spilling tea, because I don't want it to be like messy, but the further we get into this, if y'all let me know that you are liking this content, the deeper I will go. You get what I'm saying? Because we only 24 minutes in, and we just getting started. So this is what I'm gonna tell you. let's say I liked on my way in and love to see it. Thank you, Shay K. Love this real talk because I subscribe to a lot of you in here tonight. Good info for your followers. Yes. Wigs to Wasteland. I've had conversations with her. There was a point in time where I was reviewing people's channels to give them advice, making notes, typing it, letting them know, like, this is what you need to do, sis. I didn't have to do it. I didn't have to. I wanted to. Because, one, it sharpens my eye, it betters my focus, but I'm helping other women because, see, I'm seeing more black women with hashtag sponsored, hashtag ad. And some of y'all might have issues with that, but you don't understand what that is doing. Because, see, the algorithm, just in general, as with most things, are built with a white audience in mind. And so when we're trying to infiltrate a system, oh my God, I want to see all the hashtag sponsors. I want to see all the hashtag ads, all the hashtag sponsors, because that's what matters. You were so genuine and supportive, never stuck up. I get stuck up. People think that I'm stuck up a lot. Furthest thing from the truth. I'm professional. And I can't meet you where you are if that's not where I am, and I can't entertain you, and that's my policy. If you want to be there, that's fine. I'm not going to call you out. I'm not going to say anything crazy. I'm professional, and that doesn't change. You can't make me perform and get to your level just because that's where you are. That's not where I am. I don't perform for free. I don't entertain for free. That's what my mother used to say. You don't do that. What's the point? And then we've had, you know, this kind of like, we've had these series of events where we realize that people aren't living the way that the way in which they project this image of like success and financial stability and like just being super well off. It's okay to live within your means. It's okay to not be within that conventional beauty. It's okay to embody something that is completely separate from the norm, because your individuality is what makes you unique. That is your superpower. The more that you wish to conform, the more that you wish to shrink yourself and piece yourself apart because you believe that there's a certain formula that you must have to adapt to in order to be successful, that's your weak point. That's not it. Viewers don't understand that it does come down to money. If you're losing money, it can dampen things. Get them bags, ladies. Hashtag ad all day. Let me tell you something. When you see some sponsored posts, some sponsored content that ad, and you see it consistently and it's coming from a black woman, hit that thumbs up button. Swipe up, please. Come on. Anytime something say swipe up, just hit the swipe up. Let me just tell you what I be doing. I be on High Low Lux Instagram swiping up, but I do like what she shares. Swipe up. Oh, Cameron Monet, she just mentioned, she for a sponsored post, she asked a question in her caption. Oh, I'm about to answer. And Chasing Denise, she just got a sponsored post, and she asked a question in her caption. I'm gonna read the whole caption and I'm gonna respond, and then I'm gonna at the company who she's working with. Come on, do your work. It don't cost you nothing. It costs you nothing. A swipe up, that's it. It costs you nothing. Because that means, and thank you for the donation. You know what? I really appreciate that. Really do. And thank you. When I see these black women doing, because then see, if you go in yourself and in your mind, you believe like, oh, you know what? It's too many sponsored posts. Go to a white girl's page and what you want to see. It's okay for her, but not for us. It's expected for her, but not for us. I like that. A swipe up, a like, a comment goes a long way, okay? Engage with your audience. Talk to them. This is what I'm doing now. I didn't want to upload another video. I'm trying to rest. I had a goal. I hit that goal. I mean, I exceeded that goal. God said rest, and I'm a rest. So let me tell you, if you don't have the skills, okay? Because I was blessed enough to get into somebody's Instagram live before I got on here. So I'm going to shout her out. Her information is in the description box. Naturalista86. She is in social media management and strategy. If you are stressed, you need engagement, because followers don't always matter. You need engagement. If you need engagement, you need to engage the audience you have. If you want to simplify the social media process, please go look at Naturalista86. Her business, Michelle Thames, she has Thames Media Solutions. I believe that is the Instagram account. I have linked everything in the description box. If you don't have the tools, outsource. Nobody is telling you that you have to be everything all at once, because you don't have to be. And honestly, it could be a little exhausting. I'm sitting over here, my back hurt a little bit. That's why I'm resting. I'm on live. I don't want to edit. Just could throw it on here, and I'm still giving you guys valuable content, and you guys are engaged, and this is the purpose. Let me see. Another big thing. Before you think of throwing yourself into this, assess your mental, emotional, and financial health. Because let me tell you something, it's a roller coaster. Being on social media is a complete roller coaster. You will have good days, you will have bad days, you will have extremely amazing days, and you will have lows. A video that you thought was, or a video or Instagram post, was supposed to do numbers. You know what I'm saying? You created a little formula in your head. It was supposed to do numbers. It did nothing. So let me tell you this. Let me bring it back. Because, see, I'm all about lessons. Because my journey is full of lessons. And I'm always asking God, speak to me, work through the others around me, so that I can get what's mine. I went to Greece, right? And I was so worried. I bought all my camera equipment. I bought all my computer hard drives, flash drives, everything. And I was like, okay, let's start editing. Like, I was going to edit while I was in Greece. Whole time. Son was like, well, I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to edit. I don't want to edit while I'm in Greece. I want to relax. And so I relaxed. So that hairstyle that I had when I was in Greece, I was getting so many questions. I was like, I need to get this video out. I don't know why. I just don't feel like doing it. I need to get this video out. Went to Greece, mad days, and did not pull my laptop, hard drive, anything out at all, except for when we was doing pictures. That's it. Do you know, because I rewarded myself with rest and I enjoyed my trip in Greece, September of last year was the amount of money that I made when I got back from Greece, ridiculous. I had 2 videos going viral simultaneously. Not no 100,000 views, not no 200. No, I think it was 3 videos doing numbers at once. And unfortunately, when people steal my images, it's still people who know who I am. So I guess the word was going around, and all the traffic was coming back to my channel. I rewarded myself with rest. Okay, so to move on, reward yourself. Listen to your body. And there is no reward for overworking yourself. Because we got to keep in mind, we live in a system, we live in a time where doctors don't listen to us. Black women are not protected, unfortunately. So please, there's no reward for overworking yourself. Work smart and take your rest. Staycation. I love when I see my black queens doing their staycation. Go away for a little bit. Just do a little hotel situation. Honestly, that's what I'm thinking about doing, because I'm just like, at this point, I'm ready to just rest. So, yeah, I talked about. So just to, circle back around and get things together. If you don't have the skills, you are able to outsource. Naturalista86 on Instagram. Michelle Thames on Instagram. Thames Media Solutions. Please check her out. She has worked with Mielle. Is it Mielle Organics? Mielle Organics? I believe that's where she said she worked. She has great experience. She has great information. Her vibe is amazing. Her Instagram reels are a vibe. I told her she needs to, girl, I told her, I said, You might need to want to really invest your time in these Instagram reels because you have the range and you are catching the eyes of a lot of people. And I want you to understand what you're doing. See, give the people their flowers, give the people the encouragement, because you never know where people are in their journey and when they really need you to say something positive to them. And so when anyone ever says anything positive to me, I am so thankful, because you don't know where I am in my life, in my journey, where I may need that. So be comfortable saying thank you, or I love what you do. Pour into your community, please, because you never know who needs it. People are leaving this earth not knowing their impact with the world, and it helps. True that. If you find that does, can you consider yourself blessed? Okay. Yeah, but you guys are so good at it. Because of your videos, so many of us purchase the products not mentioned, learn how to do our own hair. I thank you for that. Thank you so much, Layla. I appreciate that. That's beautiful. And that's my goal. That's the goal, for you to be equipped, for you to feel like you can do things on your own and do them well. And even if you don't do it well the first time, y'all saw me. How did my braids look in 2012, 2013? How did my braids look? How do they look now? You know what I'm saying? I don't do my makeup nearly the same way. I'm patient with myself. Please be patient with yourself. That is a part of your work. Now, okay. All right, let's get these likes up, because I see people are stepping in. If you're new, thank you for tuning in. If you're subscribing here for the first time, I'm Kay. Sometimes I come on and do these lives. I like to spread them out. I feel like that's better results. And I just wanted to give you guys the tools. So if you believe that this influencer, this content creation world is for you, don't let anybody stop you from thinking. If the numbers aren't hitting, this is it. If the numbers aren't fluctuating, here is what you need to do. Now listen to me, please. If you find that you are doing your output, now your output is your energy expenditure. If you're editing, if you're filming videos, you're editing videos, you're publishing videos to YouTube, you are promoting your content on Instagram. So you have swipe up stories, you have Instagram stories, you're going live, you're posting photos. If nothing is changing, your formula is off, your audience, the algorithm is not alerting your audience, because you have fallen into a pattern. There is nothing that you were doing at this point that is truly capturing the bulk of your audience. If you have 20,000 subscribers and 1.2K come in, that can be a reality. And I am not going to make anyone feel small, but this is what I want you to start focusing on. What do your thumbnails look like? PicMonkey, you need to get PicMonkey. Stop wasting your time. Get PicMonkey. There are so many different functionalities. They are changing their interface, just like Instagram is changing their interface. If you don't evolve, if you don't adapt, you will fall behind. All of these applications, these programs, they're changing for a reason. They too have to stay up with the algorithm. So think about it. It's not just influencers. Why do you think all of these changes are happening? Because they realize, like, you know what? It's something better, so we need to adapt. The new PicMonkey, the one that you have to pay for, I pay for it and write it off. Pay for it and write it off. What's another one? I just learned about InShot. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter when you get on the train, just as long as you get on before it leaves, okay? So InShot, I just learned about that. Girl, I'm on there. I paid for it. It's going to be a write-off, okay? That's all you can, write it off. We're not going anywhere, so the money that you would have allocated for travel, it needs to shift. Invest it back into yourself. Canva is very good. So, here's another thing. Do you have your media kit? Because what information are you passing to brands to show them that you are worth the brand deal? I mean, like, if your videos did numbers 3 years ago and they're kind of stagnant right now, how are you going to make a company believe that you have the range? Get a media kit. I was looking at mine. I'm like, hold up. I need to redo it. It needs completely change. I'm dreading it because, you know, one thing about me, I am super creative, and one thing I will do is stress myself out to the point where, I mean, that thing will take me a week to do, and it's fine. But you know, I'm not ready for that stress right now. You're so right. I'm finally rebranding and getting my life together. I told y'all I was working on some things about me are gonna change. Okay, some things about me are gonna change. Amen. And so I'm working on my content, and then I'm working on myself. Period. And so when you start to get to these new levels, really rebrand 100%. May I ask what exactly is a media kit? So for the sake of this live, I am going to answer your question, but I do want to drive this home. If I say something that you do not understand, if it is foreign to you, if if you've never heard of it before, Google. And don't be offended when I tell you, like, I want you to Google, because I'm saying that because you deserve to know so you can make it work for your circumstances and your understanding. But a media kit is essentially, it could be like, it's a snapshot of the analytics, the key stats, past and current partners that you have been attached to, affiliated with, that you still have a long-term standing relationship with. So all of this stuff is integral when you are pitching to brands or trying to ask for a higher rate. So your media kit needs to boast of all of your deep and enriched, like, information that will make you look good. What are you doing well? You might have gotten 3,000 views, but if your viewer retention, if your watch time on an average video, if of 20 minutes is 18 minutes, you're doing something right. Because if you're not getting the views, focus on the viewer retention. Because they're not always going to they're not, what's that word? They're not always going to correspond, or a line, I don't think that's the word, but they're not always going to go hand in hand, in that your watch time and your views are going to be like just booming. It's hard for small YouTubers out there. It's as hard as you say it is. It's as hard as you say it is. I was trying to get on TikTok way before everything started happening, and I'm like, someone was telling me, like, don't do it because that's not you. First of all, I wasn't getting on TikTok because the way that they circulate white creatives in place of black creators who may have originated the content, that wasn't sitting right with me. So I wasn't about to kiki with TikTok. I'm sorry, but that's kind of how I am. Pink, you're giving some great advice and giving a word, sis. I'm trying. Don't try to make a platform for you. I'm a beginner, but iMovie, Canva, and Story Swag have helped me. Now I just need my MacBook Air. I'm running out of room from filming on my iPhone. Now here's the thing. If you have the ability to do it, get a separate phone. I wish I would have done that so much sooner, because it makes it easy. It's a write-off. You don't want to, continue to keep things like commingled and like, no, keep it separate. Get a business phone. Be legit. Be like, let me see. Let me, because it's almost time for questions. We're moving into. Oh, and here's the thing. I agree. Write those things off on your taxes. Okay, come on. So what is it? The next thing. This is one of the last things, and then we're gonna take questions. So here's what I'm gonna say. There was a time where, I was because everybody feels like it's like a kumbaya kind of vibe, like we all have to get along, and the reality is that is not the case. But you don't have to get along with everybody, but you can still root for everybody. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you can be anti-drama, you can be anti-anything that is not productive. I've had some underhanded things happen to me. How many people have you ever seen me respond? You see me? You see you? I stay in my lane, and my lane is the blessed lane, because I'm not trying to take away anything from anyone, ever. I stay in mine, and I do my lane well. I think that's why I'm, you know, I mean, my videos, they do, you know, they do a little something. So, if your videos aren't working, I need you to fix your thumbnails. Thumbnails is the algorithm, because, okay, now catch this. As your video is being loaded onto YouTube, you think that processing time doesn't mean something? There is a system that is basically scanning your video before you can even watch it on YouTube. You have to, and look at the images that are generated when you finally upload your video successfully. Look at the images. Sometimes those images don't work. Depending on the title of your video, those images will not work. You have to upload your own. Don't give me grainy. Don't give me grainy thumbnails, please. And I'm not saying this to be like rude, but don't give me grainy thumbnails. Crisp and clean. PicMonkey, Canva, Lightroom. If you have any more apps out there that you guys use, come on. Oh, Miss Chrissy, thanks for being you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate you. Ooh, I keep picking this. I'm sorry, y'all. Thank you so much, Miss Chrissy. I appreciate you. Don't give me grainy thumbnails. Now I'm about to give you a little bit of tea. You need to get in front of a window. You need to get natural light. For a while, because go to my Instagram. Because see, that's the testament. If I'm not going to talk to y'all until it's working. You know what I'm saying? Because once it's working, I need to be able to maintain that level, perpetuate whatever it is that I'm doing so that I can consistently see results. Because then once I see that pattern, I'm manipulating whatever I'm doing ever so, you know, correctly, that the algorithm keeps picking me up. So go to my Instagram. I'm gonna go look at it. I want to see. I was looking at my images and I said to myself, I said, the energy looks different on this Instagram. And I said to myself, what changed? I said, I stepped out of my office. My office is dedicated to all things work related. You know, that room itself is a write-off. Amen. So I go and I'm like, this isn't working, because what happens wherever you are, the sun is going to be moving. So the sun right now during this time, it's on a completely different side. It's not always going to be where my office is. Once I get done filming, it may have moved. I'm moving with the sun. Some of my best videos are because I'm capturing natural light the perfect way. There was someone who I admire on Instagram, I can't remember the name, and you know what, I follow some bomb ones, and I always try to share them when I can. They said follow the light. You need to know where the light is in wherever you live at every 3 hours, because let's say for you to content, like, to, creating ideas, ideation, like, to get these ideas and brainstorm, that takes time. To finally film, that takes time. To do pictures, you need to monitor how long it takes you, because you need to map out where you need to be in your house, or in your apartment, or outside. Not everybody wants a photographer. Girl, I've worked with photographers and it'd be messy. Whew, my jersey came out, I'm sorry. It can get interesting. Okay, and one thing about me, I said I'm professional, so I don't play. So anyway, yes, for natural light, I have 300 plus videos, and all but 3 all only using the sun. Okay, We love natural light. We love natural light. So like I said, I looked at my Instagram and I realized so much looks different. Learning your angles, learning where the light is, timing your content from brainstorming to filming. I'm gonna let you know it takes me a long time for one video. My process is frustrating. I was thinking about showing you guys like how I do my Instagram photos, which I think. Should I give you behind the scenes? Like, cause it's gonna be a real behind the scenes. Like, you're gonna see me getting ready. Like, it's gonna be a big thing because this has been real serious now. So y'all let me know if that's something you're interested in. I'm opening up the floor for questions. I want y'all to really go in. Whatever questions you have, I'm gonna try my best to answer them. I want productive, questions. So this is your time. Let me have at it. Do your thing. Do tags really help? Okay. In my opinion, I believe that they do. So tags on YouTube, 100%. Tags on YouTube, 100%. And even in your description box, you can add certain tags, but you have to be very specific to what you are doing. I don't always use them, but when I do use them, it is very specific to what I am doing. On Instagram, you have to look at your insights. So on your insights, it will let you know what is driving traffic to your photo. If it says that hashtags have enabled your post to get the highest reach, the highest amount of profile accounts were able to view your photo, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. And you don't always have to use the same hashtags. You can mess yourself up by using the same hashtags all the time. Switch it up, because you want to know how many profile visits, what is your reach, because you want to keep exceeding that reach with every post. You want to exceed or be within that range. So now, when I create these photos, I'm like, we gotta research hashtags. You spend a day, I spend about a good 10-20 minutes looking at hashtags. Everything requires research. Let me do another question. Is it true that channels can be shadow banned? And if so, how do you know if that is happening to your channel? Shadow ban on Instagram or on, I'm sorry, YouTube? There was a time, okay, so let me keep it real with you. There was a time where I was doing videos and I'm like, I used to be getting numbers and I'm like, the numbers, they're not working anymore. So let me tell you something. You have to switch it up. Is it your description box? Is it the quality of your video? Are you in HD? How is the lighting? How is your thumbnail? What is the title? You need to research titles. Research titles. I'm really good with words, so I'm always coming up with titles. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, okay, let's see what we can do with this title. But I'm like really good with words, and I create a description with my videos. I don't mind. So take that time. What is the best way to find out what you're doing wrong on your channel to help you grow faster? Okay, so you need to look at your watch time. Because if you have a quick drop off, something is wrong. If you have a 20-minute video and people are only giving you a minute, you need to cut it down. Viewer retention is lagging in that respect, so you need to cut your video down, and whatever you're saying, say it quicker. Be more engaging, more inviting. Vlog style things get a lot of energy. The whole cook with me, get ready with me, chat with me. Look at this, we just talking. You know what I'm saying? It's 200 people over here and we live. I heard shadow banning happens most often due to repeatedly using same or similar wording. I haven't heard of that, but that could be the case. I'm not gonna say it's not. I just never heard of it. The quality of our videos is good. People always say they like the quality and the info we give for travel. I think I need to improve my titles. Yes, don't believe that someone is going to be as invested in your title as you are. You can't think from yourself. You got to think about someone who is stumbling on your channel. What is going to be the draw? Because it's the title and the thumbnail. I'm telling you, get creative. Is IG good for a small business owner? Of course. And here's another thing, because I wanted to mention this. So if you are a small business owner, let me just let you know, here is the language I'm gonna need you to start using. Don't pitch, I'm a very small business owner, because you're already letting me know where your mind is. Are you viewing yourself in that you have the range, you have a really good product, and you know that when someone tries your product, they're going to want to endorse it whether you pay or not, because that happens. Somebody sent me a small business, sent me an email about a wig related product. First of all, I went to the website, and I get a ton of emails. Please, come on. I get a ton of emails, so it's very hard. And a lot of these things get filtered out because you guys are not optimizing your approach and your language. Language is a tool, and you have to use it. There is business jargon. You have to be very, very skilled with how you position and how you present your information. This woman, I'm not gonna say, this company came into my email, my inbox. First of all, you get me together when you say you study stuff, but you really do. Like, you gotta really be about it. When you tell me you study stuff and I go to your website and your about me is like, oh my God. I love when people take time and care for their brand. That's important. If you are expecting an influencer to do all of the work for you and not be paid because you are small, that's not right. And you shouldn't want that. And so even if you have a small budget, it's not about you having a small budget. It's how you pitch. It's how you present yourself. And one of the reasons why I had to, now this is real tea, and I'm going to get back to the questions. One of the reasons why I had to pull back from saying, oh, I'm not going to do, like, you don't have to pay me, is because when I see you finally get the opportunity and you got exposure and you do this, but you didn't, and I did all of that for free. I heard you. I'm never gonna badmouth you. You're not gonna get that. I'm gonna learn my lesson. You get once, and that's my decision, because the same way I heard you, you're gonna have to hear me. You know what I'm saying? It's all love, but when you show me who you are, I'm gonna believe you. Now let's go back to the question. YouTube demonetizes channels with profanity, by the way. You know what? It depends. It depends. But my videos are not for children. I already said it's not for kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to hold you. Listen, okay, when I hear that I'm a super small, tiny, itty bitty business, I be like, here we go. And you know what? If you are operating off of a scarcity mindset, that lets me know where you are, and I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of that. You could be small, but you could be mighty, and you could use the language that can convince me, and I'll be like, it doesn't even matter. I wore a robe from for a business, for a brand that I appreciate. I didn't ask her for nothing, and I haven't asked her for anything whenever she sent me something. It's in your approach. And check my videos. I've been spotlighting Black-owned businesses, namely like Black women, for years. The small company I worked with when they started has boosted up and has been super sweet, came back and showed appreciation and offer compensation. They put in the work. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we like to see. We like to know that you are taking the initiative. Once you get your leg up, that's what you're willing to do. I'm not going to go back and forth, especially if I've done stuff for free, because then at that point it's what I want. And if you can do it, you can. If you tell me a budget, I can tell you what I can do, but you can't be mad at me. Because at the end of the day, when I put on a wig, and I really wear a wig, do you know how many people want that wig? And I'm not trying to be like, ooh. I was sharing my analytics on my Instagram stories because I'm always doing research. I'm always trying to figure out what you guys are tuned into, because that helps me to better organize and create and curate my content. So I'm always checking things. And if 16,000 people are clicking on links, and then I give it a few days and it's almost at 20,000, we're making it work. I know my range. I know my ability. And that's not a video that was posted a year ago. It was a month ago. Some brands be paying influencers with zero engagement. You know what? And that's, come on, that's a conversation. That's a conversation, because sometimes they believe in exposure, because some people are looking for brand awareness and exposure, and they're just looking for the traffic over to their channel. Of course, they're looking for that product, but some companies just want to gain followers, because some people believe that that gives you a better footing. Can you grow your channel from scratch even if you don't have a big following on social media? If so, what are some ways? You can grow your channel from scratch. I did it. Consistent. Could I be much further along than I am? Yes, but I was very inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? And burnout is real. So if you all are trying to throw yourself into your work and you are exhausted and you are staying up and you are pulling all-nighters, figure out what platform you do well, master it, and then move on. I started a whole Instagram over, okay, which was crazy. But look at where I'm at now. I have a much better grasp of my content. Everyone starts at zero, yeah? You're so pretty. Thank you, my life is Angie. Oh, and here's my thing. In 2020, y'all not gonna be in my DMs talking about I didn't have a contract. We're not gonna, if you don't put a confidentiality notice clause at the end of your emails. Sometimes I forget, but I'm about to tighten up, because you know what I'm saying, we're about to buckle up. Get a contract, get a confidentiality clause, stop playing with yourself. Inconsistency is my stumbling block. When you, okay, and I don't know, LFA, when you are aware of your weaknesses and you don't do anything about them, you're leaving money on the table. You're leaving opportunities that could be yours with your name on it. You're leaving them. Yes, get a contract or add on additional clauses, something. And payment procedures. You can stipulate payment procedures. You never want to buy views or you never want to buy views or likes. Organic is always the best. Yes. Yes. I may have to speak on contracts from an attorney perspective. So, okay, so to anyone who, because I'm very careful about how I talk about contracts, because then, you know, I'm always concerned about liability. So I'm always encouraging you all to do your own individual research. But one thing that you should be having in any email where any numbers exchange, you know, hands, you need to have a confidentiality clause. And you need to have a contract, and you should stipulate payment terms. And there's also a such thing as they call it a kill fee. If you agree to do a project and you are only receiving payment once the project is being done, you're gonna need to work on that. You're gonna need to stipulate, okay, so if this campaign goes down the drain, if it is no longer viable, if something happens, how do you protect yourself? And you need to find language. You need to find the language, the jargon, the business jargon to articulate your stipulations related to payment and contingency plans in place. You get what I'm saying? What's the best avenue to learn negotiating? Getting in the mirror. Honestly, like, okay, listen. Get in the mirror. Just get in the mirror. What are you trying to convince somebody to do? Get in the mirror and record yourself. Because, you know, if you're telling somebody you should believe in me because you should be, and you're stumbling over your words, you don't know what you're saying, you have a lot of pauses, record yourself. Know what you sound like when you're trying to mean business. I was, before doing this live, because I didn't want this live to be jumbled, I wanted it to have structure, I was on the phone like this, recording myself. Trying to figure out how my flow is. What am I saying? Is it articulating? Is it making sense? So when I play it back, how do I sound? How would I sound to someone else? And then look at contracts and start to learn what these contract terms mean. You need to come up with a course. Let me tell you something. If I come up with a course, you know I'm not going to be cheap. I know my worth. And I'm not trying to convince nobody. But one thing you will get, like, because I can't do too many negotiating gems because I know I'm fire with a contract and a negotiation. I'm fire. But I'm currently making content. Content is creative and business centered. Do you have any? I'm kind of confused here. I'm currently. You know what? If you are, you need to be able to communicate your business in a creative approach that is genuine to you. Don't try to do what you see someone else doing. I don't want to tell you because I want you to figure it out. You need to spend some time brainstorming. That's going to be your biggest help. Brainstorming. And sometimes you need a whole day, a weekend for brainstorming, because if you want to come out sharp, you want to you want to have your mood board. You want to have your vision board. You want to have they call them like treatments. Get real. Sometimes you need to actually paste things on paper so you know, like physically, you can see these things, you can feel these things, and it registers in your mind and it's stronger. Okay. Yes, do a course and with downloadable files. Contracts, please. You know what? I'm current. How do YouTube how do YouTube know if someone have fake views and subscribes? So I mean, I'm not sure, but they do sweeps, so they close out accounts. So they will tell you like, we closed out a slew of accounts, and so your subscriber account may be affected, because sometimes naturally bots just come up. They just populate in the comments. That's more so comments. I don't know about like likes. I don't pay. So let me just tell you something. They steal my videos, and then people be in the comment section tagging my my actual channel. That's how I get a lot of traffic. Y'all be helping me out. Shout out to y'all. Let me see. I'm here for the first time. Thank you for all the gems. Oh, no problem, Shelly. Let me make sure I'm getting a few more questions, because we got to make this good. Some of the highest paid YouTubers are kids that review toys. Okay. First of all, anytime, let me just say this. Be careful exploiting your children, but there is money in children and adolescents. You know what I'm saying? That whole demographic, so much money. And the demographic, I mean, kids of all ages, backgrounds, like there's a lot of money there, but there's a lot of exploitation, so you need to be very careful. Be careful with the kids though. Yeah, let me tell you something. I'm sorry, I ain't put my baby up on there. I don't got no kids. I don't have no kids, but I ain't put my baby up for display. Starting my YouTube channel and thank you for the donation, Hamdi. I hope I'm saying that right. Starting my YouTube channel to document my glow up journey with weight loss. I'm scared, but won't allow my insecurities or fear to control me. You know what? I like your question, and I like when people ask me great questions and they want real answers. Do you know how scared I was to upload photos of my body when I was at like some of my highest weights? Like, because people look at it like, oh, you know what, love your body at all stages. Yeah, you can do that, but the person you were emotionally, mentally, when you were like, because that's what I'm focused on, that part of me was very unhealthy. And so that's a vulnerability that a lot of people are in touch with, and that they recognize and they understand, and you will gain an incredible audience if you stay true to yourself, if you stay true to your message. Don't try to do what you see someone else do. Your journey is your own, and don't feel like you have to create content that looks like, you know, this person that went viral. Stick to you, and that's how you maintain momentum. Don't think that you don't have the ability to amass a following. Oh my God, a sub of mine got slick and made a comment about my daughter. You know what? You know, I don't, that's why I don't show my family, because I don't, I've never come out of character, but you know what? Anything necessary. for the fam. If you are starting a channel and you have several interests, should you niche down to start off? So when you come in the door, you could do a ton of things because no one knows you and what you are known for, but you have to be honest with yourself about what you do well, because people come into YouTube thinking that's gonna be beauty, beauty, beauty. People was not paying my makeup videos no mind. They was like, all right, sis, like we don't care. But then it was like something changed, because it was like, wow, okay, her eyebrows actually look like eyebrows right now. Like they actually look like eyebrows. Like she's doing something. We can pay attention. And I'm like, I heard you. So now that I know how to do my eyebrows, I'm gonna show you my makeup. But at the same time, stay strong to what you are good at, because you can't be good at everything. You know, master of all. What's it saying? You know what? I'm bad with saying. So jack of all trades, master of none. You don't want to be like that, okay? Messed up and didn't stick with wigs, hair, and when I switched to lifestyle content, my channel slowed down so much. Let me tell you this. So you could do, you know what, do both. Before you had your journey, because where you are now, that's your journey, that is your walk of life. You are moving in that attorney realm. Don't shy away from that, but let the girls know how to get themselves together as you are an attorney and you're moving through. How you gonna wear your hair? Maybe it's not a big deal to you now, but then also show them, like, this is how you can also, you know what, I'm gonna start to, you know, take up my wardrobe. I'm gonna start, you know, focusing on my hair. You know what I'm saying? Find a way to integrate it back and make it genuine. Make it genuine to your channel. Make it matter. Make people connected to your content. Oh my God, we got 260 people in here, 261 likes. Okay. Thank you guys. You did it. You did it. And it's okay. Thank you. We appreciate it. Show how to slay a wig being an attorney. Okay, period. Because let me tell you something. One thing about the attorney office, you're gonna get a lot of love in the hair, okay? Honey, when I was at the pharmaceutical company, love in the hair. You know, you're gonna get that a lot. You're gonna get love in the hair. Bob is gonna love it. Bill is gonna love it. You know, Tom's gonna love it. They all gonna love it. But show how to slay, okay? We love a good slay moment. Oh, y'all talking about my lash? Yeah, my lash is trying to hold me back, and you know what? That's the devil. So one thing, when I'm delivering a message, I had to rip the lash off, and so the spirit told me give one lash and serve, and that's what I'm doing. You're so right. I got passion twist, and they didn't know what to do. It's like love in the hair. And then you know what? Talking about being an attorney, talking about the issues surrounding hair of, you know, on African Americans, on persons of color. Like, let's have that conversation. Like, figure out how to develop and further the conversation, because that is a part of your reality. And you, on the legal realm, you know, there are ramifications of people who, you know, don't, or kind of like you know, like they step out of line and make derogatory, defamatory remarks. Like, that's the whole concept right there. I'm an international teacher, and the families love the slay. Hair makeup. You can be classy and give attitude with your look. Yes. Come on. You know, your personality is everything. Thank you. Natural hair discrimination, period, a big thing. And so then, you know what? Now I'm dropping gems, but I don't mind. This is big. So, talking about natural hair discrimination. So how are you going to start to equip your audience with language? Because a big thing in our community is there's a lack of resources. When you have the ability to pour into your community, because you stand on both sides. You're a part of the community, but you work in law. Start pouring in the information, the knowledge that you have. Don't always make it a lesson. You know what I'm saying? It could be a kiki just like this. But be real. There's money in that. There's a concept in that. So, you know. I love your confidence. Thank you. Is that for me? Thank you. And let me tell you something. I sit before you. I am not perfect. I have flaws. I'm working on things. But one thing I will be consistent. I know what I am here to do. I do what I'm called to do, so I don't have an attitude. I may not have the standard of beauty that people are, but I am me and I deliver. Girl, I want to cry. Thank you so much. Oh, don't cry. Don't cry. Do the work. That's the homework. That's the homework. Do the work. That's what we're here for. Oh, and before we go, or maybe I'll take a few more questions. Return on investment, ROI. You're gonna make an investment of your time, of your energy, of your resources when you get into this creative field. And you may not start to see a return until years later. Like, how much money are you trying to make on YouTube? How much money are you trying to make on Instagram? How much money are you trying to make on TikTok? How much money are you trying to make on Twitter? There is money on every platform. But know your niche, know the best platform to showcase your skill set. But get comfortable with the fact that you may invest a lot of time and energy into your influencer journey and you won't see a return immediately. I heard that Fashion overpays Kylie. Girl, we don't talk about her. We don't talk about her. We don't talk about that family. You ain't never seen me talk about them, so it's not gonna be a new day. I don't participate. There's money, but woo child, you better have patience too, okay? Now let me just tell you this. You need to, one of the things I think a lot of people who are doing YouTube videos, they had videos that popped and aren't even getting 4 figures, and that hurts me. That hurts me. Like, that hurts me. So this is what I'm saying. I want you all to get comfortable telling people what you are worth, and don't be afraid of hearing no. That's the worst you could do. I was working with a company for mad long. I was getting bonuses. Let me just say, it's so much money out here. That's why I hate when they tell you like they don't have a budget. Like, they be lying. So I wanted to increase my rates. And you know what? Professionally, I made a proposal. I looked at my stats. I offered, supporting documentation, because that's how I come through. And you know what? I was denied. And do you get sour? No, you don't get sour about it. You don't get sour about it, because in my experience, the quality of my work only gets better with time. And so the rate that I asked you for back then, when you come back to me again, it's gonna be higher. It's gonna be higher. Cause let me tell you something. You could go to bed tonight. You could be like, I'm going to bed. Maybe I'll just ask for like $1,000. You could wake up the next day. You know what? I want to ask for $3,000. You can go to sleep. You can go to sleep like, $3,000 is okay. Mm-hmm. You could wake up $4,500. Ask. Some of y'all not getting paid because you're not asking. Oh, and a company told me they're not really pursuing Instagram, like the stories, because that's not like a swipe up. I guess people they don't see as much traffic as they would be expecting with stories. So a company flat out told me that's not what we're after. They're looking for like in-feed posts, things that will stay and last forever. So just figure out how to position your argument, so. I have no problem asking, okay? You could wake up like, you know what? Ooh. And you could be like, I haven't been going hard enough. It's time to raise those rates. So a company came to me, they was all low. I'm like, girl, who are you communicating with? They was like, well, we'll meet you there, but we want to book you for, like, you know what I'm saying? That's what you want. You want to be booked. Like, if you can get long-term contracts, that's how you know. And here's the thing. Sometimes negotiating a longer contract is in your best interest. Okay? Stop trying to negotiate one project at a time. Let's talk two. Okay, let's talk two. Can we do 3? All right. 4. Okay, we doing it for the whole quarter. Okay, a video every month for every. Oh, perfect. Perfect. But you know what? That requires organization. That requires you to position yourself. That requires you to wake up early, to make a schedule, to do your brainstorming, to figure out how your videos need to look, so you can figure out where the lighting is, so you can get your images on your Instagram for your in-feed posts together, and you can get better thumbnails so that you get better traction. And your video circulates more and the algorithm picks you up. You do better and you can ask for better rates. Don't think small. The moment that you, like, I shared on my Instagram stories, I said a part of my work is being more comfortable saying no, because I know in where I'm moving, I know that I want the quality of my work to get so much better. So much better. I use Trello for planning my content, y'all. It's a lifesaver. Great project management tool. And here's another thing. Some of y'all need to put your phone down. Some of you need to put your phone down. You're not getting done what you need to get done because you won't put your phone down. You feel like you're going to miss something. You won't. You won't. And great tip from Is That Your Hair? Now, let me tell you something. You know, yes, my media kit was sent out for a business proposal for an IG company, and the owner YouTuber was using it as her own. Okay, very, okay, honey, what we don't do. We don't do that. That's a little interesting. I don't even know. You know what? Bye. You know what? That's a little crazy. That would have me upset. They would restrict, block. No shade, but restrict, block on email, never communicate again. Yep, put your phone down. You're not going to miss anything. There are some times where I don't really get into Instagram content until about like 7 or 8 o'clock. Like when I'm posting, that's when I'm finally getting into Instagram. Because you should be curating your content for your stories, for your feed. I'm like, if you follow me now, if you look at my Instagram stories, you notice things are pink now. And I'm looking at how people are responding to presentation. You have to test your audience. Put that phone down. And don't neglect your health. Just a quick segment for health. Don't neglect your health. As much as you were chasing your dreams, you know, there was a point, you know what I'm saying, when you start doing real well, like, you know, you be eating out all the time, you going out to dinner, it's like, oh, girl, it's nothing, bottle of wine, we doing well, let's throw, but calm down. Calm down. March, I was going crazy. I'm like, ooh, let's calm down. I don't even drink no more. No soda, no snacks. Non-dairy ice cream has been my thing, okay? Netflix and chilled by Ben & Jerry's. There's a salted caramel ice cream by Ben & Jerry's, the non-dairy version. Get into it. Watch yourself. Watch your health. Your success. It does not have to. Find balance. And that's another thing. I believe I'm in a really good space because I have found balance within my physical, mental, and emotional and financial health. Okay? Very big. We got 300 people in the build. 301. Okay, we're going to get them thumbs up. If you're just tuning in, you know what I'm saying? Lots of gems. Definitely watch the playback, detailed description box for you all to get you ready. I put a timer on my phone so I could eat right when I work, because I would just snack when working. But yes, Irene, when you start making more, you eat differently, okay? Because when you know, when you basically get to a point where it's like, okay, I can eat whatever I want. I don't feel like cooking. Ooh, you want to get a chef? Like this and that. Girl, So be careful, and be, because you want to be here for the long haul, especially to those who have children. Your children, your kids, whether they're adults, younger, they are looking at you. And you want them to see that you are successful, but you want them to see balance. You want them to see organization. You want your children to see a healthy person interacting healthfully with things that, that are helping sustain them. You want them to see that balance. Children deserve to see balance. Good health, very important. I'm so guilty as a new YouTuber. You know what? What you can do is you recognize that you have the ability to change and just keep moving towards it. Balance. Let me tell you, y'all can go in on me if you want. I have not worked out. Like, I will go walk, but I haven't really worked out as far as lifting weights, going running. But y'all have been commenting on my weight. I'm like, because I don't snack anymore. I'm tired of that. Like, I'm going to be 30 next year. It's like, we have to start addressing some of the emotional things going on so we can be better individuals as a whole. In the Black community, we're not taught about health and fitness, but I think there's so much more of a conversation. And when we see like the whitewashing of veganism and vegetarianism, it creates sort of this distorted view, and you get sort of like this image that only white people know about sustainability and white people know about plant-based eating. No. Well, in reality, we could have been pioneering that. So, but also there's things like food deserts, there's food insecurity. There's a real thing, okay? And let's keep in mind where we are right now, and the fact that people's financial situations have changed. A lot of things have changed for a lot of people, and people are making do with what they have. So I'm super sensitive to people in this situation. How can I pivot from what I went viral for? My viewers love bobs. Anything else and the views plummet. So so here's the thing. How are you laying these wigs? Because what do you do with a bob that you're not doing with something that's longer? Are you hitting better angles with the bob? Do you need to get more acquainted in the mirror about how your face looks, the colors that you're wearing? And also, when you're doing these hair reviews, please have full control over the color range that you are getting. When these companies send me some of these wigs, I'm like, I know this not going to do numbers. I'm going to just let you know right now, it's not going to do numbers. When I know it's going to do numbers, it's because I'm picking it. And I'm saying, this is it. When you send me sometimes this extra stuff, it doesn't work, love. Let me pick. I have a good eye. I know what looks good on me. Let me pick. Have more control over your choices. Can you be a successful anonymous YouTuber and not show your face? Oh my God, there are so many people. There's a guy who runs a creepy channel. Girl, I haven't seen his face. His voice is deep, and they love him. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money in anonymity. Am I saying that right? Anonymity. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of money in being anonymous, because that creates a mystique around you. Think about Beyonce. I mean, we see her, but you know what I'm saying? We don't see her. Oh, they tried me in the past, sending me them crazy colors. Yeah, don't. Just want to say that I love the pixie cut. You can wear any wig and look amazing. Your hairstyles are always amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Think about her. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Her is amazing. Her voice. I want Bryson Tiller to come back. I mean, since we're talking about her, can Bryson Tiller come do a song? I've been waiting. I've been very patient. I know he just had a child. You know what I'm saying? Family first. We understand. But just a little music. Just sprinkle. Just a little sprinkle. We're waiting. It's an audience for everyone, literally. And that's it. I would love it if you critique my channel. I can't. Now, let me just tell you something. I am way more busier than what I was about 2-3 years ago. And so me doing that, that's not feasible for me time-wise. And so I'm always looking at optimizing my time investments. But one of the things that I'm doing right now is when you bring me a question that you have, I'm trying my best to answer it and formulating these lives so I can help as many people as possible, because that's the goal, like helping as many people as possible. But I dropped a lot of gems, and I want you to do your homework, and I want you to be honest about how you are curating your content, and if you are actually doing the best that you can, and where you can step up. Because sometimes we know the things that we need to do better, but we're putting it off because it's too challenging to learn something new. Sometimes your bag is in what you are putting off on learning. Knowledge is power. You are very talented. Thank you very much. Do you think you shout me out? I don't want to self-promote. I don't know what that means. This was so good, but I'm so glad you guys enjoyed. I think we did a great one. This was real good. I was scared. I didn't know if people were going to come in, but y'all came in like... I had a goal. I hit that. I had a goal for this live. I hit that. You know, it's like very lit. So I want to say God bless y'all. I want to say do not give up on your dreams. Your dreams are valid. Sometimes you have to pivot. Sometimes what you're doing, ooh, my phone. Sometimes what you're doing is not what you need to be doing. Move. You know what I'm saying? Move. You need to move. Like do a 180, maybe a little 190 for the time being. But like what you're doing right now isn't working. You know what I'm saying? People don't care about what you're doing, and it's okay. You got to make them care. Get that emotional connection. Get people connected to your content, because what you're doing is not working, and that's painful. To like I said, I was doing makeup videos. They were like, here she go again. Like, Ma, her eyebrows look rough. Like, I don't know why she keep trying to tell us to do makeup. And I heard y'all. I had to stop. You know what I'm saying? I had to calm down. So don't be afraid to pivot, and then when you come back, try again. It's a guy that runs, it's like he does like the horror stories, like the haunted houses. He went viral on Twitter because a lot of people found out his channel. I mean, he already has like he has tons of hundreds of thousands. He might have a couple million followers. Yeah, girl, I was up in there, but I said I don't get down like this. I love God, so I left. This is from CeeCees Closet. Please check the description box. This is also a Black-owned business. See, I'm always repping. You see them? But let me just make sure. If you need help with outsourcing, if you don't believe that you can do everything for your brand, if you are struggling, if you need someone to look at your brand and how you're presenting it and give you a way to pivot and to strategize, you need to reach out to Naturalista86 Michelle Thames. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Thames Media Solutions. You need to follow her. I loved her live. She is so organic. We are probably going to connect sooner rather than later. I love great energy, and I love intelligent, oh my God, intelligent women. It does a lot for my soul. Do you do PR? What does that mean? Like public relations? Like, okay. So, all right. Any last questions? I'm gonna do like 2 more questions. I want really good questions. If not, you know, I could do South, you know. But yeah, good questions before I close it out. What do you mean by being anonymous? Anonymous is like when you keep your identity confidential. I don't know how you guys rep a company and not get paid. What advertisers get paid? I can't see repping someone for free. Best camera for pics and videos. What's your budget? What's their budget? And I'm gonna tell you this: you could have a Canon camera. You need to get a Sigma lens, or it's either it's a Sigma lens. What's the other one? like a Sigma art lens. There's a Young Noel. I think that's a type of a lens, and I think it starts with a T. I'm not sure, but you can have a Canon camera with a Sigma art lens, and you get completely different quality. So you know what I'm saying? Keep that in mind. How important do you feel personal development is to your brand? I think it's huge. Like I said, this was my year to really start my process. So you can always be developing. And do it at your own pace. Don't let nobody rush you. I own a CPR training company business. It's extremely slow. CPR training company business is extremely slow. Any recommendations on how to get new business considering closing black owned? First of all, what you're doing is very admirable. You need to link with some organizations. You need to link with some organizations that have better exposure. A lot of people are home, so it's a little bit different. But there's always room to learn about that stuff. Definitely. Because you can use that anywhere. I would say childcare organizations, daycare organizations, children. Do you work more with children? You more adults? I would say youth member club associations. Think about it. Okay, you doing so much, love. Thank you for encouraging others to challenge themselves to grow, because you deserve it. You don't get better if you don't challenge yourself. Yes, Gail Hopkins, I love your comment. Yes, grace to all. Hey, Pick, you look fab as usual. Thank you. What about mics? I noticed you used to sound like you did. Girl, let me tell you something. This whole mic situation, I'm looking into another one. I'm looking into another mic because honestly, these mics, one of them, like one mic that I have, it has like a little static in the back. There's another one. It's all about how you position your mic, because there needs to be enough like sound, so it can, like if you have a more closed room, if you're in a bigger room, like my office is a pretty nice size, and I don't like clutter, and I don't have the padding on the walls to help with the acoustics. So you have to be careful because the sound will be bouncing off of the walls. It's like hitting so much more because it's open. But check out some of these filmmakers on YouTube. That's the real thing. That's the real thing. Check out some of these filmmakers on YouTube. There's some black women in media giving you the ones and twos who are really, really savvy. I may share one tonight if I can find it. And start saving a lot of content to your watch later, because you need to come back to it. You need to come back. I save so much stuff to my watch later because let me tell you something. As soon as I see something that is helpful, I'm going to take the time to watch it. I'm going to listen to that podcast while I'm getting ready to film a video. I need to pour into myself. That's the same way you need to pour into yourself. Keep it together. Always be in a space where you are acquiring new information. That's your power. Okay. Like 150 videos in my watch later. Okay. Same. I'm always saving stuff to my watch later. Yep. You are a blessing. Thanks for information and helping our people. Of course. So I'm probably gonna be back on here like in 2 to 3, 4 weeks. I space it out because we gotta make it productive. If you guys have things that you want me to talk about, that are more helpful to you, maybe we need to talk more about like the confidence, because I'm seeing a little bit more of that, and I feel like a part of the lack of confidence that you may have may be kind of wrapped up in the fact that you have a little bit of issues with self-worth. So we got to work on building that up. And I'm very big on helping women get out of the scarcity mindset. I don't care what your life looks like right now. It could change. It could change in 365 days, but do you have the belief? Are you ready to work? So thank you so much for tuning in. I gotta go cook. I'm sad. I'm hosting again tomorrow. So, thank you so much. You guys stay blessed. Take care of yourself, and you are worth it. You will always be worth it, and don't let anybody tell you different. Okay? Make sure you thumbs up on the replay. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the outside. Pink, can you do a full face powder routine using Nika K and Ruby Kiss products? So basically what you're saying is beauty supply store. That sounds kind of cute. A beauty supply store makeup routine. I think Aya All Day did one of those, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna go tune into her video as well because I did see that she posted that. But those could be a little lit. All right, y'all. Bye. You ain't answered none of my questions. What was your question? What was your question, Kay? What was your question? I hope it's a good question. I'm gonna give you a few more minutes. Ask me a question. What was your question? See, I'm giving her the time. Where's the question? She got my question. Okay. Well, look, y'all. How do I become semi-popular on YouTube when I'm shy? If you're shy, it may not be for you. I'm shy, but look what I'm doing. I'm sitting up here. I was anxious. You know, I be anxious to do these live streams. I'm talking about like my stomach be doing numbers, and then I just get on here and I do it. I had notes just to give me direction. I'm tired of being like, you know, disorganized or unorganized when I'm doing these lives. So I gave myself some structure. I gave myself some preparation. I told you guys so that I make sure that I sound like I'm on track. I had a full-blown conversation with myself and recorded it to make sure that I have flow. You know what I'm saying? So that my ideas are cohesive and we can flow from one end to the next. You know what I'm saying? If you allow your shyness to take over, it may not be for you. You have to be bigger than your insecurities, bigger than your problems, because if you allow your insecurities to be bigger than you and overwhelm you and overtake your mind and overpower your thoughts, you are already letting yourself know that you don't have the mental capacity. And not in 2020. We're taking it over, okay? All right, love you guys. I will see you in the next one. And make sure you take care of yourself. Wash your hands. Oh, the next live stream is probably going to be on protecting Black women because a lot of y'all got me messed up.